Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading. Look who's back. It's the little bird in my table. I'm so happy to see it. Obviously my stuff arrived today, so I'm really glad. It almost feels like I'm settling in. And I'm going to do your daily tarot reading for Friday, the 4th of June 2021. I'm going to use the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. Let's see what the cards have to say about this day. My first reading in the new place. And immediately the King of Cups pops up. The King of Cups is a court card. That's about love and nurture and happiness. So he wants to be seen. Let's see what else the cards have to say about today and what energy you'll be working with. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, then we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Finally, the Empress. Okay, so the King of Cups is a court card that says there is the potential for love. You have the opportunity to take care of those who are nearest and dearest to you. In this deck, we've got a boat in the background, so there's an opportunity to travel, and it's got red sails. It's interesting how little details grab you at times, isn't it? Because I've looked at this card many times, and I don't think I've ever noticed that ship. So red is about the root chakra, it's about the practical world, and red is the color of passion and desire. So what it is you want, if you want to go visit somewhere, if you have a desire to experience something new, if you want to go on a journey, or if you a physical journey, or if you want to start a metaphorical journey, a new project, a new relationship, a new course that you're signing up for, this is the day to do it because, excuse me, it's a bit dusty in here still. The King of Cups is someone who adores what he does. He rules the element of water. So he is all about that feeling of not just sensuality, but really fulfillment and care and wish fulfillment and imagination and creativity and the domestic sphere of life, the home, what makes you feel like you belong somewhere. We've got this little fish jumping out of the water as well. So we've got the opportunity to really transcend your circumstances. Now, water also rules spirituality and your intuition and psychic abilities. So that's heightened with the King of Cups being there. And he's able to express himself creatively. He's a great composer. He can write beautiful, imaginative kind of works of fiction, and he's able to produce art. He's really someone who is able to tap into the emotional side of life and to really make the most out of it. So he can transform fear into love and anger into joy. And he's the king for a reason. He knows the emotional world. He knows how to deal with it. So anything that comes up for you today can be transmuted into something that feels like a new beginning. It can have a creative element to it. So you can change whatever it is you're feeling into some sort of tangible format where you're either painting or you're doing crafts or you're working in the beauty industry or you're designing or you're an architect, anything where you're really able to create something out of nothing really. And with this emotional understanding, you're able to transcend any negative things and not only, like I said, transcend them, but to transform them into something glorious. The Ace of Swords is in reverse. So the Ace of Swords is a card that's all about a blessing from the universe, and it says, here you go, here's a wonderful idea. You see everything exactly as it's supposed to be. You are logical, you're reasonable, you're articulate, you are the judge and jury and everything. You are really where it's at. And it's that eureka moment. I've had an epiphany. I get it. It's got a crown at the top, so this is like one of the best ideas ever. And it's just being handed to you out of nothing in this kind of landscape with purple and blue mountains. So it does have a kind of base in the intuition and your feelings. Because if you're totally shut off from your own intuition or who you are, or you're totally just kidding yourself and you're pretending to be someone else, then you can't have these great ideas because you've got to be present in yourself to get something delivered, right? It's like if the postman comes, if no one's home, they leave a note behind. You have to go pick it up at another time. And the emotions, a lot of people get their messages through their feelings. And that's really interesting because I mentioned that yesterday as well. So listen to what's going on for you internally. If something is negative, then see that as a lesson that can teach you and that you can work with to transform it and to do something else. And the card is in reverse. And when I first looked at this, I immediately got this sense of you're really able to nail it. You're really able to focus on one thing and to focus and to pinpoint what it is you're working on or what it is you desire or what you feel. And you're able to turn it around, literally. Also, with the card being in reverse, in terms of the astrology, we have Mercury, the communication planet, in retrograde. So don't be so certain of absolute thinking. If you're 100% sure that you're absolutely right and there's absolutely no chance that you could have got this wrong, you have all the answers, then the card is saying kind of think again, because what's going to serve you much more is listening to your gut and asking yourself, does this feel right or doesn't it? And then trying to navigate your circumstances via your feelings. If you're just using logic and reason and scientific research and the accountant's books, you're only going to get one version of the truth. So the main gift of this today, because the hand is still coming, isn't it? It's just pointing the sword downwards, which can also feel somewhat daunting if someone holds a sword over your head. So again, if something feels heavy, if it feels oppressive, look at what the lesson is and how you can transform that to serve you and how you can get out from under. That's really a big gift today, that you're able to find another way forward. And that's also the gift of Mercury retrograde, that because things don't always go exactly right. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to make a video, a vlog about the movers and the experience there. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you in another video. But you're able to really see things differently. And because things don't work out in the way they usually do, communication may be stifled or things are delayed or there are misunderstandings, you're able to get a new idea. You're able to find a new way forward. And it gives you the wonderful opportunity to see things differently, to look at both sides of this sword. It's a double-edged blade. And then when you can see the negative and the positive, then you have the King of Cups working with you to say, hey, you can see both sides. Let's transform the dark stuff into light and make it this happy place. So the Ace of Swords in reverse is really giving you a lot today. It's really concise in terms of pinpointing what it is you want and you desire. And it gives you other options and a kind of balanced view that isn't entrenched in I am right. It has to be this way. You can do it differently today. There's another course of action available to you. Finally, we've got the Empress. The Empress is the third card in the major arcana, so a big universal theme here. And I'm just going to have to get used to these new sounds in this place. And whether I can leave the door open like this. I'm just keeping it open today because my stuff hasn't been unpacked out of the boxes yet. And it's still kind of echoey. So if you open the door, it kind of takes the echo away a bit. So the Empress is about new beginnings and love. So with both of these, I mean, they're like a happy couple. Look at them. They just get on like a house on fire. They get on really, really well. So there really is the potential for a new love, and not in the way that you would imagine it to appear in your life. So if you've been on dating apps all the time, you may run into someone in the supermarket. Or if you haven't even been looking for a relationship, you may find that you're on the same page with someone in some creative project and you suddenly realize that the other person has wonderful ideas and you both appreciate each other very much, and off you go for dinner, you know? So let yourself be surprised. There is this potential for a new relationship to form. The Queen of the Empress, who could kind of be the Queen of Cups in a way, because she is about love. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, creativity, and water is the element that has to do with love. She is all about new beginnings. She's abundant, she's prosperous. You can see these pomegranates there. So wealth of being, wealth of spirituality and generosity of spirit, comfort, abundance, the wheat, the beauty around her, the wonderful kind of identity and personality that she's got, and this sense of riches. She's kind of like the goddess Demeter. responsible for everything kind of blossoming in the world. So she usually is also very pregnant, and she's about giving birth to something new. She represents giving birth to a new idea or a fresh start in life or a new relationship or a new course or a new job. So it's similar to this red ship here in the background. So really look at things differently today and ask yourself, what is it that excites me and what is it that fills me with love and really makes me just feel comfortable and rich in my life? What are the beautiful things in the world that I can appreciate, and how can I bring more of those into me and into my life? And you have this abundance of spirit, so you're able to really look at the different options patiently and clearly, and you can make a fresh start with something. And if you start something new today, you can almost be very, very certain that it's going to have a really positive outcome for you, because you're starting it with this sense of love and riches and prosperity and wealth. And anything that you start with that kind of energy will contain the energy, and like attracts like, and what we focus on gets bigger. You'll be able to manifest more positive outcomes as a result of the actions you take on this day. So the main warning is not to be so certain that you have it right all the time. You may not, and the world is ready to surprise you, so let it surprise you in a way that is beyond your wildest dreams that you could have never thought of. Easy. The king is, I meant that facetiously, by the way. I know it's not that easy to just let go and say, oh, okay, here you go, world, come and bless me. I know you've got my back. But ultimately, if you can get yourself to a space where you believe that and you know it in your bones, then the world will provide for you. The court card, the King of Cups, counts as a 1. The Ace counts as a 1 as well. 1 and 1 is 2, and 2 is a relationship. So again, we're getting another prompt that a new relationship is starting here. 2 and 3 is 5, and that's freedom in numerology. So start something with this loving, positive energy that's floating around. It's very similar in a sense to yesterday, where you were being asked to kind of go into your feelings to move forward. But here today, we've got all these positive feelings occurring naturally, and this ability to transmute any negativity into positivity. And then we've got Venus coming in, the Empress, and she's all fiery and yellow and orange, and she's really saying, take your passion and make it happen. A fresh start, go for it, act. So it's much more active than the day before, and the positive vibes have kind of crystallized into real certainty, where you can pinpoint something and say, this is what I'm going to start with. So it's really a fabulous energy. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, there's a button that says book your reading. If you'd like to speak to me for a personal reading, then please click on that button to order your reading with me. I use astrology, tarot, and numerology in my personal readings. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. All the best.